What is up, you guys? This is Dr. James Stirrett. Welcome to the Dr. Stirrett Show. And today we are going to be talking about low testosterone, what to do about it, and how we can use ChatGPT to put together a customized protocol just for you that actually digs deep in and looks into lifestyle, supplements, diet, nutrition, and can give you a detailed plan on what to do about low testosterone and how to increase it naturally without testosterone replacement therapy. So, my name is Dr. Stirrett. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I see dudes every single day. One of the biggest issues that we run into is low testosterone. Low testosterone usually impacts guys after 30. We know that after 30 years old, guys tend to lose 1 to 3% of testosterone production per year, right? But what we're seeing is guys younger and younger are actually struggling with low testosterone. And this makes a huge difference for guys, one, from a fertility standpoint, but also just not feeling very good. Low energy, just bad mood, depression, anxiety, bad sleep, low motivation, weight gain, inability to gain muscle. These are all the impact of low testosterone. And that can really impact somebody's life. It can really push someone into a depression. It can impact their relationship with their spouse, and it can impact their career, right? So low testosterone has a lot of implications, and we're seeing it in younger and younger guys. So I'm here to tell you, as a provider that sees guys with low testosterone, that this is a big deal. And unless we change something, or you actively do something to change your life, you can expect your low testosterone to continue to get lower as you get older, right? Unless something changes, those levels will continue to decline. So I was shocked when I checked out ChatGPT the other day, and I'm going to show you in a second what the prompts are. I'm going to show you what it recommends, how we're going to do this. But I was absolutely blown away when it came to ChatGPT's recommendations and how detailed it is into the lifestyle components, the supplements, the nutrition planning, even when it comes down to the environmental hazards of things that guys are exposed to each and every day that do impact testosterone levels. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so before I show you the setup for the prompt and how to actually set this thing up for yourself and your own protocol, I want to be very clear. This is not medical advice. I am a doctor, but I am not your doctor. What we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the general setup for ChatGPT and have it act as a naturopathic doctor, a functional medicine doctor, prescribing you a plan. So it's a theoretical type of a deal. Then I'm going to go through and I'm just going to critique that plan. So I'm going to use my knowledge, my expertise to go through and actually kind of edit and correct what ChatGPT is recommending. And so you might get some context for if you decide to do this for yourself. So if you're rearing and ready to go and just jump onto ChatGPT and be like, make me my protocol to increase my testosterone, what I want to urge you to do first is actually get your levels checked. Too many guys that I see in practice will just assume that there is something going on with their testosterone levels. They're usually right? So if you're really fatigued, if you have no motivation, if you have no sex drive, if you're starting to gain a little weight, you're just feeling like you're stuck in a rut, yeah, you probably have some testosterone issues going on. But for heaven's sakes, get your levels checked first. Get a baseline so you can start to see if any of these recommendations that ChatGPT is going to give you even are making a difference at all. And I'd be willing to bet that they will. It's just that, if you don't know, you don't know. So here we are in ChatGPT, and we are going to go ahead and throw in our prompt, okay? So I'm already written that up for us. I'm going to share a little bit about the prompt real quick and why it's relevant to what we're doing. So if you were to just type in, hey, ChatGPT, write me a nutrition plan, a exercise plan, and a supplement protocol for low testosterone, it will literally just say back to you, I'm not a doctor, go to a doctor, okay? So we have to give ChatGPT instruction, and we have to give ChatGPT context into which we want it to do. So in this case, we're saying, hey, ChatGPT, act as my naturopathic doctor and functional medicine specialist focusing on hormonal imbalance. You've been in practice for 20 years, so we're considering ChatGPT our resident expert here. And I am your patient. So doctor, in this setting, ChatGPT is the doctor and I am the patient. And I said, here is what I am struggling with. I'm a 31-year-old with, let's say, male, obviously, struggling with fatigue, low sex drive, decreased motivation, and slight weight gain in the gut. Now, I just picked 31 years old. You could type in your age here too. I have confirmed low testosterone levels with my doctor. I believe you should go to your doctor and make sure you check your testosterone levels before you start any type of treatment. Always confirm with your doctor with treatments. Don't just rely on ChatGPT. And I'm assuming both free and total testosterone levels are low in this context. So basically we're saying, hey, you're a doctor. I have low testosterone. Give me a full functional medicine protocol to restore healthy testosterone levels, increase energy and motivation, and get into shape. Provide a comprehensive nutrition plan, exercise plan, and supplement protocol needed to achieve this. Act as my doctor. Provide all results in a markdown table. I like markdown tables when working with ChatGPT personally. So let's go ahead and see what we got. All right, you guys. So ChatGPT has come up with its game plan, and I just read through it, and it's pretty dang good. Okay. Now, there are certainly some things that I am going to recommend differently, but for all purposes of this just being AI and your computer making a recommendation, and these are pretty dang safe recommendations, by the way. Like, I don't believe that this supplement plan or this nutrition plan is going to hurt many people. So what we have here is a pretty low force intervention plan to increase testosterone levels, which I really like. So jumping into the nutrition. So it's saying, hey, nutrition is extremely important. I recommend the following plan. Now it's leading off with protein here. Protein is number one when it comes to an adequate nutrition plan. Most guys and girls are not getting enough protein. This is saying consume lean protein such as chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, and legumes. Aim for 1 gram of protein per body weight per day. Now, this is ideal body weight, by the way. ChatGPT is assuming that you understand that if you want to get to an ideal body weight, you have to eat 1 gram of protein for your target weight, not your current weight if you're looking to lose weight. I want to make that clarification. Now, it's recommending really lean sources of protein, and it looks like poultry and fish for the most part here. I would actually add in grass-fed beef as my number one choice for increasing testosterone. Chicken's great. Turkey's awesome. Fish, make sure these are not farmed, not farm-raised fish. They need to be, line caught or naturally caught fish. Eggs, awesome. Make sure that they are free-range eggs. And legumes. Now, legumes, very interesting that is included here. Legumes do have an increased protein content to them. They are a more complex carbohydrate in that regard, meaning that it's not going to spike your blood sugar. And we know insulin resistance is the enemy of testosterone. Now, legumes, would I recommend them? Not necessarily if you're trying to lose weight. Legumes really hold people back from weight loss. We run weight loss programs at our clinic. We don't allow legumes because people don't lose weight when they eat legumes. All right, fats. Fats are awesome. People can tend to eat unlimited fat in my book. This is including avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, coconut oil, and fatty fish. Limit saturated fats and trans fats. I would say, they're saying limit saturated fats because there's a lot of like crappy processed foods that are high in saturated fat and trans fat. But again, back to the red beef or red meat thing, I would definitely not shy away from red meat if you're trying to increase your testosterone levels. Huge clarification there. Beyond that, olive oil, make sure it is cold pressed, organic, extra virgin olive oil with one origin source, not like one of these. Like if you go to Trader Joe's and you look at, or you go to the grocery store and you look in the back of the olive oil, you don't want it to say like 3 different countries. You want it to say single source, cold pressed, non-refined, extra virgin organic olive oil. That's a mouthful. Carbohydrates. Complex carbs such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, sweet potatoes. Limit simple carbohydrates such as sugar and refined grains. Things like cookies and muffins, cereal, breakfast cereals are terrible. Things that are going to cause an insulin spike for you. I don't have anything to add to that. Supplements. Consider taking D3, magnesium, zinc, omega-3 supplements. These are supplements that have actually been shown within a research standpoint to increase healthy testosterone levels. And most of these have shown to increase sperm counts as well from a fertility medicine standpoint. All right, jumping into the exercise protocol that it's recommending. It's leading off with resistance training. Typically when I'm talking to guys about testosterone, I'm not talking about cardiovascular exercise. I'm not talking about HIIT training. A lot of dudes are actually just overdoing it on the cardio. Either they're like running too much or they're biking too much. They're thinking they're going to get their testosterone higher by like biking every day or hitting the Peloton every day. That's just not going to happen. Now, it does have like moderate intensity cardio, like jogging, cycling, swimming, as it's recommending here, 3 to 4 times a week. Okay. I would say maybe like 2 to 3 times a week, in my opinion, and really relying on the high end of this resistance training, which it's recommending 2 to 3 times a week. I would push that and say 3 to 4 times a week, focusing on, now look at this, compounding exercise such as squats, deadlifts, and bench press. Why is this? Because it's focusing on the muscle groups, the largest muscle groups that have the most androgen receptor per square inch, so to speak. We want when these muscles are stimulated, when these muscles are being basically torn and rebuilt through the exercise process as a form of oxidative stress, what's happening is it's actually literally like telling those androgen receptors on the muscle, make more T, make more testosterone, which is freaking awesome because you're getting more bang for your buck. Like, think about your quads, biggest muscle in your body, like your legs. If you're not working out your legs and you're just doing your biceps, you're not getting that maximum androgen receptor stimulation. Like I worked out my legs this morning. I can feel it, and I'm like, man, think about all those androgen receptors that are going to be telling my body to make testosterone later today. I love that. And HIIT, not a huge fan of HIIT. I would say once a week at most. Sorry to all you CrossFitters out there. It's really what it comes down to, you guys, is that HIIT and high intensity cardiovascular activity, if your adrenal glands are compromised and you're having low hormonal output, as in low hormone HGH, IGF-1, testosterone, and DHEA across the board, if your body's just really taxed, then performing more and more and more high-intensity exercises, it really takes a larger toll on the body, and it will not lead to you increasing testosterone. A lot of times it leads to your body just wanting to hold on to calories and store fat. They broke those supplements down that we discussed earlier. Vitamin D, most people are deficient in vitamin D. They're recommending 5,000 IUs. If you live up here in the Pacific Northwest, be sure to get this tested because 5,000 IUs often doesn't cut it. I often have to put patients on 10,000 to 20,000 IUs per day for several months to get their levels back up to normal. Now, I'm not telling you to do that by any means because you need to get those levels tested. Magnesium, 400 to 600 milligrams per day. That is what's been shown in the research to help with testosterone levels. Zinc, also helpful for testosterone, 40 to 60 milligrams per day. They put 30. I would at least do 40. Omega-3, 1 to 2 grams per day. This is great. I would stretch that 1 point further. 1 gram EPA, 1 gram DHA. That's the components of, that's like the actual fatty acids within the omega-3 that are actually making it good for you. 1 gram EPA, 1 gram DHA per day at least to increase your testosterone levels. Now, additionally, it is saying to get adequate sleep, 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. This is absolutely true, you guys. You need at least 7. Forget about the 9. 9 seems a little excessive to me. 7 hours is what you're shooting for. 7 hours will give you enough time for your body to rest, regenerate, recover, produce plenty of growth hormone, and to regenerate your testosterone storage. Our testosterone levels are highest in the morning, lowest in the evening. With a really poor night's sleep, you're not going to restore those testosterone levels. Next, it says manage stress through mindfulness practices such as meditation, yoga, deep breathing. This is because stress causes a hormone called cortisol to be released from your adrenal glands. This hormone is the death of testosterone. It actually pumps, gets you all like flustered, hot and bothered, and then it increases blood sugar. Boom. And this response from insulin will actually go ahead and inhibit testosterone production. And over time, like, it's not going to hurt you if it happens once, but if you're chronically stressed out, then it's happening all day long, and it will shut your testosterone production down. Avoid environmental toxins such as pesticides, herbicides, and plastics. Absolutely. 2 concepts here. Eat organic food always. Don't compromise. It costs a little bit more money. Don't be a wimp. For you and your family, if you are worried about the extra $2, I think at checkout, I look at it. It's like the difference between eating organic or not is usually like $5 to $10. If that's going to make or break you, then maybe it's time to consider getting a different job or taking on a side gig or something like that, so you can get a little extra cash to actually feed yourself some decent food that's not tanking your testosterone levels. All right, limit alcohol and caffeine consumption. This is very true. So alcohol, nothing will shut your testosterone down faster than alcohol. Specifically beer, microbrews, IPAs. Guys, watch out for this stuff. It's basically an estrogen-promoting tincture. It'll turn your testosterone into estrogen. Not good. Caffeine, not going to speak on this too much. I could probably do a little better here myself. Okay, consider hormone replacement therapy if the lifestyle stuff doesn't work. Okay, it depends on your age and if you want to have kids. If you want to have children in the future, I would not recommend testosterone replacement therapy. You can argue with me about this all day, but the rule of thumb is in a reproductive aged male, if they still want to have kids, it is not a great idea to put someone on testosterone because it will shut down their natural sperm production. And what I typically see is when we take guys off, these functions come back, but there's always the possibility of that not happening. And I would hate to put someone in that position. All right, you guys are going to love me right now. Let's go ahead and expand on this just a little bit. Okay, so I wrote in here, please provide 3 herbs that I can take that have been shown to increase testosterone levels. Let's check it out. Certainly, it says, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb. It is. Studies have shown that it may increase testosterone levels and semen quality. Tribulus, Tonkat Ali. All right, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on these 3. And remember, this is not treatment advice. Ashwagandha, pretty darn good supplement here. I think most functional medicine doctors are going to recommend ashwagandha to their guys. Problem is that ashwagandha is a member of the deadly nightshade family. And this is going to include like white potatoes, spicy foods like hot peppers, curry, other peppers, eggplant, tomatoes, so like tomato paste, hot sauces, this type of stuff. Ashwagandha falls into this category, as does tobacco. So these categories of plant are actually, for some, quite inflammatory. Now, even for myself included, I know that I can't take ashwagandha because I'm very sensitive to nightshade vegetables. When I take nightshade vegetables, I get a lot of joint pain. So if you're somebody who struggles with a lot of joint pain, you might actually consider not taking ashwagandha, even if it's recommended by a provider. If they do not know that it's a nightshade vegetable, this might be a sign to get another provider. Tribulus terrestris, or terrestris. But tribulus, it's very, very commonly used. I don't like it. Whenever I see it included in a product, I tell people to get off it. Because what I typically see in practice is when I'm running full functional medicine panels, is that when people are on tribulus, their estrogen levels tend to go up along with their testosterone. And sometimes I see funky stuff with free testosterone and total and DHEA just start going all over the place when tribulus is involved in these different supplement blends. So I might be a little bit different than your other provider. This is just my preference. I don't really use tribulus. Long Jack, or Tonkat Ali. This is something that's been used in Southeast Asia for a very, very long time. There are some good studies out there that show that Tonkat Ali is a very effective herb at increasing not only testosterone but libido. I love Tonkat Ali. I use it all the time with patients. I typically prescribe it at around 600 milligrams per day. And I'll have guys cycle on and off it to make sure that their bodies don't get too used to it. It seems to be relatively safe, but that being said, I always recommend getting that initial lab test done, clearing this with your doctor, making sure that they're cool with it, and tracking it as you go along. I like to test labs every 8 weeks or so to make sure that we're on the right track as a provider. And when you start to introduce things like Tongkat Ali, you want to treat it as a medication because it's strong enough to make a profound difference. And that is it, you guys. ChatGPT absolutely rocked this, in my opinion. I have seen countless other functional medicine doctors provide care for patients that was far less thorough than this. So hop onto ChatGPT. If you think you're struggling with testosterone issues, hop onto ChatGPT. Have it make you a customized protocol. So if you like this, go ahead, drop me a like, subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comments. Apparently it helps the algorithm, but it lets me know, more importantly, to make more content like this for you. So please reach out. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.